Okay, so next I'm going to show you just how to make a centerpiece to use onto the bowl. So again, we're just going to gather our crinoline in. I'm going to bring my needle and thread through. I've showed you this process now a few times. You can just see there, and it's catching slightly. Wrap it around a few times. And bring the needle and thread through underneath your threads. Coming up through them as well. And some pull there. So, now, when you're doing this, you use your thread so that it's the exact same colour as your crinoline, because this will be the centre to the bud of your flower and also the centre here, but I'm just doing it on white so that you can see the process and how it works. So this now is just slightly more tricky, you just need to manipulate it. So what we're going to do is we're just going to gradually wrap a little slight amount of the crinoline around. And then we're going to get our needle and thread, which is already inside, and we're just going to bring it straight through all of that. Through again. Just wrapping it around and securing it. So your thread will be the exact same colour as your crinoline, so you really are kind of creating a stem by using the thread, so it definitely will be seen. So just to make sure it is the same colour. So you can see I've just started the actual inner centre. So next what we're going to do is, before we wrap it around again, we're going to put a little pleat into it, bring it back on itself, and then we're just going to catch that with our needle and threads, bringing it through. Just secure that a few times. Then we're going to bring our crinoline around, and we're just going to gradually put a second pleat into it. Bring our needle and thread through again, just catching that pleat as we go, doubling back on itself so that you're just pulling the threads. So you can see the centre of the rose is taking shape, and then it's getting quite loose here, so we just want to kind of tighten that. So we're just going to bring it round on itself again. Add a third pleat. It's all very fingers and thumbs, so just take your time with it. If it pops out of your hand, don't worry, you can just go back and catch it again. A proper needle and thread through, back and forth on itself again to secure it. I think that's a nice size, so we're just going to gradually start to bring our crinoline around because we want to tie it off. So I'm just going to pinch the ends, that's the part that's sticking out, grab it in with my hands here, bring it right down, gathering it in as much as possible. Again, we're just going to bring the thread in through, right through to the opposite side, and I'm going to bring it back around on itself. So I'm just looping through on itself. So you can see here why the thread has to be the same colour. Oh, that can happen as well. Don't worry if that happens. Actually, this is good that it has, because it can show an example of the thread snapping on you. Just try and hold on to it and secure it as much as you can. Then you're just going to tie off your thread. Just securing it, which makes it handy that it's done on the double, so that you can just knot it off in cases like this without having to worry about going back and repeating the process. I'm just going to cut that off and have a look and see if it's still secure. Actually, that's very secure anyway, the way that it's felt, so it's fine. And I'm just going to cut off the end of my excess crinoline. First I'm going to cut off the length that I haven't used, and then I'm going to start to actually cut off on the actual rose. So you need to make sure that your thread is secure the entire way around. If you want to, and at this point I'm going to stop because it's just a sample piece to show you, but you could retread your needle thread again and go through just another few times. You see there's a slight gap there, just sealing off that. Maybe just a few more here just to secure it. Then we're just going to cut off the excess. You can see you just create a little rosebud, which could then sit into the centre of your piece if you wanted to. You could then secure it onto a base perhaps. Now if you stitch it on like this, you're going to see that you still have your flat base here, so you'd have to have a second bud to go here. But I wouldn't recommend using 2 even amounts because you have 2 bows already. So I'd say to go 3 flowers and maybe stitch the 3 buds together upwards and then secure the 3 of them inwards like so.